Hello and welcome to a new video series I will be doing from here on out on the Motocross Network YouTube channel, and it is called the Moto Daily Show. Now, to keep it real simple, I'll explain what this is. It is a video series, I guess you could say, daily during the week, Monday through Friday, where I can talk more openly, freely, and more opinionated on topics, dig into them more. Normally, my videos I like to keep short and sweet and just give you the facts. Sometimes I give opinions, and sometimes they're wrong, as with the Jason Anderson thing, and people were pretty mad about that, but I will have special guests on here occasionally to talk about some of the topics with me as well. Today we have one. The videos are going to be expected to be 25 to 30 minutes long, kind of just a long-form topic or long-form content to bring up topics and just BS about stuff and express my opinion on a variety of moto topics. I want to keep my opinion and facts separate, so the news videos will be now called News Brief, and they'll be short just like they were before, so you can just get the facts quickly. And then this will be my long-form video where I can just express my thoughts and say what I want to say. With that being said, let's get into the inaugural Moto Daily Show. Before I get into this, here's a list of topics I'll be talking about and looking at today. Stark Varg. They've had their first few pro races and did pretty well. I'll show you the videos on that. We'll get into that. There's newly leaked Triumph motocross bike photos. Obviously, it looks like Bigfoot still because they're probably not allowed to have cameras. Obviously, they'll probably get checked. So it's probably like a jacket button camera or something. Then after that, we'll look at, in my opinion, the best Motocross of Nations team we have confirmed so far. We'll talk about how they might compete against, Team of Australia, Team USA, some of the top teams that might be announced soon. Then I'll look at Aaron Plessinger. He had a little thing on stage at Ironman that I just found out about, and I just want to talk about that. It's just bizarre to me. I don't know how it happened, but we'll get into that. Then we'll talk to Vet Des Nations winner, this past week's Vet Des Nations winner, Evgeny Bobryshev. He looked amazing on that bike. The bike looked awesome as well. We'll talk to him about that and what he thinks about GPs, the status of MXGP and such. We'll get into what he thinks about Jet Lawrence, a whole bunch of stuff. After that, we're going to have something interesting. I want to bring the community, the motocross community, into this as well. So we'll look at a funny moto meme of the day, and then I'll read some comments that you guys have left. Not a good idea, but I'll do it. Anyway, let's get straight into it. First thing I want to talk about is that Stark Varg. You love him or hate him, it's a good bike. They actually have been involved in the French Motocross Championship that's been going on over the past few months, or I think it's a month and a half now. But yeah, they had two solid races so far. One with a female racer. I think she was a vice champion of the women's class over there. Virginie Germain. She did a race with him a few weeks back. She's actually hurt now, so she's out, but she is a Stark Varg athlete, and she podiumed on it. Podiumed, I think, on her first or second race on it. Pretty incredible. Here's the clip. I'll put it up on screen right now. Awesome. She did great. And this weekend, I think in the I don't know if it's the MX2 or the GP class. I don't remember which one it is, but Thomas Doe, he's a popular French motocross rider, and he's a Stark athlete now as well. He raced, I think he qualified 4th on it, and ended up finishing 6th. I'll throw that clip up and let you hear this one, because the sound against all those bikes, it's crazy. You can hear the chain, everything, and the bike looks sturdy, and he's ripping hole shots, so here's that clip.
For first round, French Championship is good. Let's go in the heats race and after main race.
Goodness, man.
Let's go for the main.
So yeah, an incredible bike in my opinion. Love him or hate him, it's an incredible bike. Electric's going to be interesting in motocross. I obviously don't think it's going to take over. People whine about that all the time. Oh, we can't have electric take over gas. It'd ruin it. It's not going to. There's no way. But it's a good bike overall. For short racing, it's a good bike. I have an electric KTM myself. I bought it because it was almost half off. No one wanted it. So I figured, hey, I'll take it and ride it myself. I don't race anymore, so I didn't want to race it. I just ride it, but my father wanted to race it. He raced it, and first try pulled the whole shot. Now, this isn't a motocross KTM bike. It's a cross-country one. It's the free ride. So I think the power equivalent, horsepower-wise, is a 125. So he was in a 450 class on a 125 equivalent electric bike and pulled the whole shot. So yeah, it's got a lot of power. It's insane. But don't get me wrong, electric, the issue I have with it is it caps out. Like, the torque's incredible, but the power caps out. Once you hit top speed, that's it. You can twist that throttle as much as you want. It's top. You can't shift, obviously. You can't do any of that. So you're just top speed, flowing. So not good for racing, the KTM free ride anyway. But the Varg is equivalent to a 450. I think it has more horsepower than the 450 if you get the upgraded engine. So that's incredible. That bike, I can't imagine how fast that would be. It'd be like never-ending power, but the torque would be massive too. Overall, I think Stark's doing good. The only issue I have with them right now is they're not in America. America is like the front and center motocross headquarters right now. I mean, GPs are kind of crappy this year. It's pretty boring. And even though we had a semi-boring season here in America, motocross is still incredible because look at Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence, that whole story, and it was always a good battle. So America's still front and center. Why don't they have a Stark Varg here or an athlete here? I do believe Josh Hill or Justin Hill has ridden one before, but they're not with Stark. They just bought it themselves. I actually looked into buying a Stark Varg, and the wait time's ridiculous. If you want one, order it a year ago, because I think the wait is like a year and a half, 2 years now, 14 grand plus shipping and all that. So, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it'd be a cool bike. Maybe we should put a fund together and get a community Stark Varg on this channel. Anyway, Stark Varg, incredible. I'm glad to see they're racing it finally and showing how it's capable against regular gasoline engines. Doing pretty good. So that's Stark Varg. Got not much to say on that. Great bike. On to the Triumph motocross bike, the KTM mock-up, people are calling it. We have some new leaked photos that came out last night. And again, Bigfoot. They're like 1990 iPhone 1 sort of camera. Obviously, everyone complains, why don't they have a good camera? Why don't they have a good game? Because they're not allowed to have a camera. That's why it's leaked. They snuck something in. It's probably not a big camera. It's probably one of them button cameras that they have in a spy show or something. But at least we get some pictures. You can see the outline of it. I got the pictures up on screen right now. It really does look like a KTM. I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy. I don't like people who say it's KTM copycat, but it really looks like a KTM. I think it looks like the front end, the shroud and everything, looks kind of 2021, 22-ish KTM, and the back half looks like 2018, 2019 KTM. It's like they mixed the new generation and the last generation together. It looks weird. Even the exhaust looks exactly the same as the stock KTM exhaust from back then. So maybe it is just me a KTM copycat, but my thoughts are kind of Triumph isn't in motocross. They have nothing to base off from. So I think what they're doing is basing it off from the best, which is KTM. Most reliable anyway, bike. That's what pros say, not just me. Pros say that. I talk to a lot of guys. KTM is the most reliable. So I think they're basing it off from that and building from there, and will eventually have their own iconic design and their own engine build and all that, just like KTM did with Gas. When they first bought Gas, it was just KTM. Same thing with Husky. When they bought Husky, it was just KTM. But eventually they separated it, had a good base, and made their own iconic design and such. I think that's what Triumph's going to do. I do have a bone to pick with them, though. I mean, I understand you copying the best. I understand that, so you can build a base. But Beta had no problem building a motocross bike. Why? Well, then again, that's a poor argument because Beta's into cross-country and Triumph's a road bike company for the most part. So maybe that's a bad argument. But Beta has an incredible motocross design. It looks nothing like any other motocross bike, and it seems to be just as good. I haven't heard any technical issues with the bike. Ben Watson, last time I talked to him, seemed to like the bike. So, I mean, overall, it probably needs testing, and I'm happy to see it coming to the U.S. finally. But yeah, Triumph needs to eventually figure out their own thing. It looks like a KTM copycat. If you haven't seen the leaked video of it, it's, again, an iPhone 1 looking video. But I had it in a previous video. I don't know why it blew up all of a sudden in popularity. Like, there's hundreds of thousands of views on this YouTube video now, which came out like 6 months ago, 5 months ago. I don't even know how long ago. A while. And it's all of a sudden blowing up. So I figured if you haven't seen it already, here is the sole leaked video of Clement Desalle, the test rider and former GP guy, riding the 250 Triumph motocross bike. So here's that. I'll throw that up on screen right now.
Yeah, I think it's just commercial.
Yeah, KTM copycat. That's what it looks like to me. Anyway, that's all I got for the Triumph thing. More crappy leaked photos. That's all we got. On to a hot topic. This one's going to get me a lot of crap, I think. But I'm going to talk about Motocross of Nations teams. Again, stop complaining in the comments. I'm not including Team USA, and I'm not including Team Australia because they're not confirmed. So they're not included in this. Now, you can always presume who's going to be on the team, but I'm going to base this off from confirmed teams. In my opinion, the best Motocross of Nations confirmed team, it's a close call, France or Belgium. Now, Belgium has a team full of young bucks. They got Jago Geerts on the 450, which he did good last year on the 450, so I assume he'll do good again. And they've got Koenen, Lucas Koenen, who's been absolutely incredible this year. He is the Hayden Deegan of MX2. Incredible rider, multiple wins. He's really up and coming. Awesome guy. And Liam Everts, which is the son of the greatest of all time, Stefan. And he's been getting wins too. So Belgium looks incredible. Their lineup's incredible. But I'm leaning towards France. Why am I leaning towards France? Well, number one, they're on home ground. Ernée is one of the most popular French motocross tracks. I don't know why. It sucks, but it's good for viewing, I assume. It's all on the side of a hill. Yeah, Ernée. French fans are insane. So I think the last time we went there, you got to see pictures online. I'll throw them up on screen. It's insane the amount of fans that show up for this. And French fans they're more patriotic than American fans, debatably. Like, I've been to Red Bud both times for Motocross of Nations. I think the French fans are wilder than Americans. But, yeah, they've got Romain Fevre, who I think is the fastest man in MXGP right now. He's killing it. He loves his new bike, finally getting on it. He signed a new deal for next year. Killing it. Great pick. Vial for MX2. I mean, Vial's done okay this year. He had some issues in America. Obviously, it's a bike change. The bikes are completely different, so he probably had problems there. Maybe he can get back to his old bike for the MX Motocross of Nations, which could help him. Maybe he'll come back to old Vial speed. But yeah, Vial is a veteran in the MX2 class now. Fast, consistent. I think he can handle himself pretty good. And Maxime Renault. Maxime Renault had a GP win this year. He's an incredible guy. Couple years into the MXGP class, champion. So Motocross of Nations is a more veteran team, and Belgium's more young buck rookie team. So I hate to say it, but I think on sole speed, Belgium has it. But on lack of mistakes and consistency, France has it. Mix that with the home ground racing and the insane fans, I think France has the upper hand. I'm picking France for the win this year. That's my opinion right now, because I don't think America has a consistent enough team for that. Deegan doesn't want to go. From what we've heard, Deegan doesn't want to go. Coop might not. He might go, might not go, but Star Yamaha doesn't want to go if they don't have two guys because it's not worth the trek. That's a long trek, and they want to prepare for next year. That's their priority, not Motocross of Nations. So I'm pretty sure Deegan don't want to go. Deegan's out. So who's 250? Hampshire. What's Hampshire known for? Wicked speed and crashing. So most likely he's just going to crash. Who are we going to have for 450? Aaron Plessinger, I'm pretty sure, is really confirmed. Plessinger's good. He's all right. Can he compete against Fevre? Geertz? No, I don't think so. No, Geertz is great on the 450, and Fevre is probably pushing Jet Lawrence speed in MXGP right now. Not as fast as Jet. I didn't say that. He's pushing it. He's like less on the ground Chase Sexton. And who else can we have? The Cooper Webb. Let's say we had him. I mean, he's not that great in outdoors. He hasn't ever been on 450. So, yeah, and he's on a new team. I mean, I guess he has been testing. I've heard he's been testing on the new Star bike for a couple weeks now, and we will see the first footage and pictures of him on the bike, and it'll be announced next Friday from what I understand. So before Super Motocross, he is racing Super Motocross from what I know. Anyway, I don't think USA could compete against France. No way. Australia. So who does Australia have? Jet, Hunter, both incredible, and who would they have in the open class? Mitch Evans again? Who was the other guy that they were going to bring on? I don't remember who it was, but I think it was an Australian motocross guy. I don't know. Yeah, they're fast. But again, home ground advantage. I'm assuming the French guys know that track pretty well, and since they grew up in France for the most part, and obviously went to Lommel, a lot of them grew up in Lommel, but before that, they grew up on that hard-packed, hilly French track. That's what a lot of them did. I think they have the home ground advantage. That's all I'm going to say on this anymore. I'm done with this topic. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But yeah, Australia might be the only one that can compete against them, but they're going to be a very inconsistent team because they have two incredible guys and one meh. That doesn't add up very well. When you have three incredible guys like France and Belgium, as long as they stay consistent, they're unstoppable. I mean, the Netherlands might be okay this year because obviously Hurlings, Koldenhoff, and Vlaanderen, I think they might, or Hurlings, Vlaanderen. I don't remember who it was. They got a lot of good Dutch riders too. Who's the other guy? Kaida Wolf, I think, will be on there. Either way, I don't think they can stand a chance either because Hurlings hurt and all that. France is my pick right now for confirmed teams. Those other three were unconfirmed that I was comparing them to, but they're most likely to be top contenders as well. Team France, that's what I'm picking right now. I think they'll win Motocross of Nations. All right, I had to bring this up. I was scrolling through Instagram last night, and I saw this, and at first I didn't know what it was. And then I saw a meme on it, and I was like, wow, just how, why, just, I don't understand. How did this get there? Now, I had a wake-up call, I guess. I am from the area of Unadilla National. I've gone there my entire life, and my entire life they have checked your bags and checked everything you bring in. Now, I went to Budds Creek and Ironman, and they didn't check anything. I didn't see security anywhere when you walked in. You just kind of just walked in. Bring whatever you want, I guess. So that was weird to me. And apparently somebody brought something a little interesting and threw it on stage, and there's pictures I'm throwing up on screen right now of Aaron Plessinger holding it. I'm not going to mention it because YouTube would not be happy, but you can tell what it is. You could see from the picture what it is. And apparently 100% goggles. They're getting clever with their advertising. I don't know. This is my conspiracy theory of the whole deal. I mean, there's two options here. Either some crazed fan brought it and wanted him to sign it or something, or I don't know, threw it up there. Or second option, 100% has been struggling with advertising. Jet hasn't been selling enough goggles. So what they thought is, let's bring this object, I'll call it, that shouldn't be at a motocross event, that will have weird pictures posted everywhere and go viral on the internet, and stick a little 100% sticker on there and put it in Aaron Plessinger's hand. And he's a 100% athlete as well. So that's a good way of advertising. So that's my conspiracy theory is they couldn't sell enough goggles. Here they are at Ironman trying to sell some more goggles, sticking a little sticker on an object. It's funny overall. It's just hilarious. It blew my mind when I saw it. Why? Why did you bring it is my question. I would love to know. Show yourself. Tell us. Who are you? Why did you bring it? Anyway, yeah, just maybe we should get some security at the front gates because I don't think you should be bringing that. And props to AP for picking that up. I wouldn't have touched it, that's for sure. So maybe he should wash his hands after that. Maybe go get checked for some things. But yeah, that's it for that. On to the next topic, which is a quick call-in from Evgeny Bobryshev. All right, today's special guest, we have a pretty controversial character over the years, but a legendary MXGP racer in general, Evgeny Bobryshev. How you been, man? I mean, you're back racing this year. You did incredible at the Vet Des Nations this past weekend. How you been?
Yeah, all good. I've been allowed to race, but locally only in England. And I've been working on my Dutch passport, which is I get it like middle of this year. So obviously, easy to race anywhere right now.
Yeah.
But like so far it's good. That that event went really good for me. I was so happy, it was so good to win this race, and it just was amazing event. Unfortunately, like the last race on Sunday, I twisted my ankle, I twisted my knee and damaged pretty bad. So I have to do surgery next Wednesday.
Ah, come on. That sucks to hear. You
Yeah,
looked
I know.
incredible on that bike. It was just so weird. It looked like an alien because you have this vintage bike with a new style rider on it, and it just didn't look right. But you made it look so cool. It was awesome to watch.
Thank you so much. Yeah, but like I jump on that bike first time ever, on Saturday, straight to the practice. So I haven't tested that bike. So and but JP motorcycle, he built it like good base bike for me to race straight away. So I was really happy.
I can't believe you gelled with that bike so quickly. I heard that a lot of guys just showed up and hopped on their bike, never tested it, nothing. So it's pretty crazy you guys can just hop on a 40 or 30-year-old bike and just go.
Yeah, to be honest, I was a bit worried about the frame because I heard many stories in the past they've been snapped, during the race.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So,
All right, so have you been paying attention to the MXGP Championship at all?
yeah, a little bit, not much. More I was following AMA, than MXGP, really.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of people this year because GPs are kind of boring, but in a good way for Jorge Prado.
Yes, yeah.
Prado has just been unbelievable. What do you think of the evolution of Prado? He's captain consistency this year, and he's so far ahead, he doesn't even have to perform that great now. He's just cruising to victory.
Oh yeah, like he's a special kid. I know him since he was really small, a kid, racing like 65, and he been always like talented kid and has a good style, and he starts he's just on another level. So he's performing really good, and it's good to watch him up front there.
Now, do you think Fevra is actually faster than Prado now? Because Fevra's really kicked it up this past month or 2 months. He's been unbelievably fast now. I think had he not had a crappy beginning of the year, he'd be battling for the title.
Yeah, I mean he's really good right now, but he lost, I would say, the beginning of the year. I don't know what's been happening, but I mean, like, if he would start his next year in the same way what he's doing now, yeah, it's no problem for him to get the title.
Yeah. Now let's come back to America. You said you're paying attention to America a lot. What do you think of Jet Lawrence? He's an alien.
Yeah, I love his style, like I think everybody do, the way he's putting the bike around the tracks, it's unbelievable to watch. Even me, I've been racing already for so many years, and then I still have something to learn from him,
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how he feel the bike, how he see the track. That's the main thing, and he's like one piece with the bike, and he can control wherever bike is, like outside jumping, like it's unbelievable. It's really nice to watch that.
Now, you've raced many legends throughout your career, so you've seen how it's done. Do you see that in Jet Lawrence? Do you think he's going to stick to this speed and talent throughout in his entire career and kind of be a Carmichael or Everts?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think he's the kid, who's, I would say, I don't know, let's say in 15 years or in 20 years, there's a kid born like with a talented like that who brings the new technique or new level to the sport. I would say like James Stewart was there, like with his style and then scrubbing technique and then like hurling rocks and Jet Lawrence right now. So there is like every 10 years I would say there is a new little kid coming with something new to the sport, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Now I got one more question, then we'll get back to you. Who do you think is faster? It's always a debate, MXGP riders or United States riders. This year, I think we've kind of stepped it up a lot in the United States, and I used to say the GPs were faster like 4 years ago, but I think now it's kind of fallen back. I think America's on top. What do you think?
I would say I would take 3 top guys in US. In general, at the GP, there's like, I would say 10 really fast, strong guys, yeah. But in America, it's only 3, right? Top good guys who can be up front at the GP also. And the race is a gap there compared to GP.
Yeah, that's true. That's understandable. I didn't even think about it that way. A lot of the top 10 guys in MXGP can win at any moment. Meanwhile, in the U.S. right now, I mean, only one guy was winning, and only maybe 2, Ferrandis and Sexton, could even kind of catch up to Lawrence. So, yeah, I guess you're right.
And, it would be nice to see if Tomek would be on the track racing against Jet. That would be something interesting.
I think next year that's going to be a good battle to watch. Hopefully by that point, pro motocross point, Tomek will be back fully comfortable again, and maybe we can see some insane battles next year. Obviously, there's a lot of team switches, too, with all the top guys, so it's going to be an interesting 2024 season. All right, and then...
that would be cool if everyone will be all healthy, and a good fitness level. So it would be nice to watch the good battles there in outdoors.
Absolutely. Now, you said you were still banned in most of the world. Only England is letting you ride?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. But as I said, like, I have my Dutch passport, like, I have my Dutch citizenship, and I got my also US license, US visa for athletes, like 4 months ago. So probably I'm easy to race anywhere if I wanted to.
Because I was going to say, you should come to the United States. I think this year it was the Summer of Privateers. Are you teammates with Jorgen Talviku?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. That was a plan actually. Like last year, I was supposed to race outdoors, but I wasn't allowed. And then also this year, I was planning to do some rounds, but there was still some problems to get entry. And for next year, I wanna go and race there outdoors.
Yeah. You'd do great here. I mean, this year it was a missed opportunity. I mean, it's not your fault, but I think you would have easily been a top 15, top 10 guy, no problem, just showing up here because we were.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, we were a little low on guys, and a lot of foreign riders came here. I mean, Unadilla, there was like 10 guys that just showed up and dominated, top 10. I mean, Harry Cullis, that was incredible.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be a good fit in America.
Top 10, yeah. Really interesting. I like this type of tracks in the US, and they're really wide and wide open, I would say, which is suit my style.
Yeah.
So it would be really interesting. Really, like I hope I can do it next year and then see what I can do it.
Well, we'd be glad to have you here, man. Now, I was speaking with a lot of former GP guys over the past few weeks. Obviously, Harry Cullis, Stefan Rubini, Talviku, you. A lot of these guys were saying that the GPs are kind of falling apart. The whole program's kind of falling apart, and a lot of riders, former riders, don't like it anymore. And they hear that amongst current riders as well, but they obviously can't say it out loud. They probably get in trouble. But what's the problem with MXGP?
Oh, it's a good question, but I think it's also it's shame to see when you're watching on the TV. It's only like 19, 18 riders at the gate, so it's looking really poor on the TV. But yeah. I think they have to change the system a little bit. With like I always take as an example Dorna. It was before as a promoter, so he has a good system with the qualifying races, like 30 riders at the race, and it's been always the gate was always full, you know, like, and then there were like 50 people entering the GPs, and it was yeah, it's been always full, but now it's getting less and less, and less interesting in it at the moment.
Well, I think part of the problem, like Indonesia, just why? Why? I mean, I heard they got a lot of money to go to Indonesia, but there were no riders. A lot of riders got sick. Overall, I think it was a net loss on MXGP's part. Why don't they come to the United States? That's a big question. Everyone would love to have them here. Canada's got a lot of motocross riders. I just think I don't understand what they're doing.
I don't know. It's difficult to say. Like, I think it's the yeah, it's all about money always, you know, and yeah, I don't know really, but you know, like I think they made it less, but I don't really agree with this stuff, you know, like at the GP, if you want to race, you have to pay like thousand euro, right, to enter the GP.
Yep.
And you know, at the moment, I think the world in a position that it's, you know, the people traveling, let's say, to the races, it's costs money, right? And then you still need to pay 1,000 euro to be racing, you know. I think that's not right, you know. And there are lots of privateers, they're coming with their own money, and then they don't make any money at the GP, you know, and the organization doesn't pay for that. Like for qualifying, you don't get any money, so you're obviously racing for free. You're just spending money,
Yeah.
which is not right.
Yeah, I think GPs seriously need to step up. They should really start paying guys. I mean, those privateers can really help build the sport, and they're kind of just throwing them under the bus. Like, here, you come here, spend thousands of dollars, and you might make money.
Yeah, it's right. Like outdoors, I think you guys has like consistently money. If I'm saying right, and you can get money if you qualify, right?
Yeah.
For a position in the day, so like you can make some money. At least you pay your trip to the race.
Yeah. And obviously, it's cheaper to travel throughout the U.S. than it is from Indonesia to Turkey to England. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true, yeah. That's true.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have for you today. I just wanted to bring you on, get a little update from you, see how you're doing. Hopefully you come here to the U.S. next year. A lot of people would love to see you here, and I think you do good.
Yeah, anyway, I'm coming like this week. I think in October I'll be there. So I wanna try to race Minios. That's my first step, I think, where I'm gonna race this year in the US, and then I will see next year what I'm doing.
Well, hopefully you figure out a program for next year. We'll be happy to have you here, man. Thanks for calling in today, and hopefully I speak with you soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, huge thanks for Evgeny coming on. Love that guy. Wicked cool dude. It sucks that he's still banned. We'll get it taken care of. Hopefully next year we can see him here in America. I'm glad he's thinking about coming here. Let's look at our moto meme of the day. Aaron Plessinger again. This one's just, it's hilarious. It's from Moto Memes on Instagram. They're incredible. Always coming up with the best things here. Let me read it. I'm trying to find it on my phone right now. I thought I saved it. Apparently I didn't. Where is it? There it is. Moto Memes. When you give the creative department a little too much freedom when designing the trophies. And yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. That's the conspiracy theory. 100%. They needed some advertising, man. They had to give their athlete a trophy. There it is. But yeah, Moto Meme of the day. These guys are funny. If you have a good Moto Meme, send it to me on Instagram at the Motocross Network. And the final topic of the day. I typically don't do this, but I figured, hey, why not? I'm going to read the comments section. Find 5 funny comments and just read them out there for you. I typically don't read the comments, but let's see what you guys got to say. The first one is about that 2024 Triumph bike, the video I posted a while ago. I still don't know why it's going viral all of a sudden, but somebody said, here he is, Chris Henry, I will never purchase a black bike. What a boring color. All I have to say on that is you're just wrong. One of the best bikes in Supercross this year was the Team Tedder Monster Energy KTM bike. That bike was black and green, and if I can look up a picture right now to make sure. Hope you guys like raw, unedited stuff, because typically I try to keep it clean. Justin Hill, look at that bike. That bike's incredible. PC pipe, the red, black, green. Oh, I love it. So you're just wrong. Chris Henry, I hate to say it to you, you're wrong. Black bikes look great. So maybe Triumph can get their team looking at the Team Tedder bike and get a monster sponsor and maybe copy that as well. We'll see. Next comment is from, it's actually a reply to Don Miller. Don Miller said, Justin is going to be very successful. This is in regards to my video yesterday about Justin Cooper's contract. And Clayton Andrews 1907 said, quote, Justin has not won the first championship on a 250. Yes, he has. And his days of winning championships, well, he passed away them up year after year and sure will not ever win one now. So whatever is good to you guys or girls sure isn't about winning titles, period. He does not deserve to still have a factory ride. First of all, the English is a little weird in there. Second of all, I'm pretty sure the sport isn't all about titles. Let me throw something out there. In motocross, there's 40 guys on a gate. And they're not the same guys every weekend. There's hundreds of guys that race throughout the year. Who gets the title? One. The sport isn't all about that. All these privateers that ride. What is the sport truly about? It's about doing the sport you love and making money doing it. That's it. Justin Cooper is a champion. He didn't win a 250 class championship, but he finished second this year after having some problems. Second's pretty good. I don't care what you say. Second's incredible. Out of 1,250,000 riders in America, he got second. How does that suck? It doesn't. So he made a crap ton of money doing the sport he loves. Well, I don't see a problem with that. And in Yamaha's perspective, they're just advertising. I mean, he got sixth in his rookie season, and it wasn't even a rookie season on the 450. It was just a couple races, and he got sixth. And it was a pretty stacked pack of guys at that point in the championship, too. It wasn't like there was no one there. So I think he'll do good. He'll be a podium guy. I'm not sure if he'll be a title contender guy, but podium guy for sure. I can see that. All right, on to the next one. I don't really know what this guy was smoking, but on my Jeffrey Hurling's injury update video I put out last week, I don't remember. Christopher Smithsonian said, Vince will always smoke Dean Wilson no matter how much crap Dino babbles, with a violin emoji. What are you smoking? Because I didn't talk about Vince Freese or Dean Wilson in this video. I don't really know what you're talking about, man. All right, another one for the Jeffrey Hurlings one. John Bleak said, I don't know what is going on with Hurlings. Garrett Wolsink, I don't know who that is, was saying that he is not concentrated anymore. There is not any rider with so much injury as Hurlings, and that is not a good thing. Maybe it is better to stop with motocross before it gets terribly wrong. You're kind of right. It sucks that he's hurt all the time. It really does. But in Hurling's recent interview with Lewis Phillips, he talked a lot about this, and Hurling said, listen, I have enough money to live forever. I have enough properties to live fine, comfortably, rich forever. He's one of the wealthiest motocross guys ever. Why does he keep racing? And he said the reason he still races is because he knows he can win championships. He knows he has the speed for that. And when he doesn't have the speed for that, he will quit. So yeah, he's getting hurt a lot. I don't know why. I think maybe he should just tone it back a little bit like he did at the beginning of the year and just kind of, be a top 3 to 5 guy, maybe win once in a while when you're feeling a little good, but don't ride like typical Hurlings because he can't anymore. He crashes a lot. Anyway, that's the fourth comment. Let's look at our final comment section statement of the day, and it's from Brad W491, and this was on my Jay Wilson interview from Budds Creek when he got hit by Justin Barcia. He commented on that. Here's what he has to say. He said, Bam Bammed, welcome to the U.S. Plenty more where that came from. Fact check, true. You're 100% right on that one. And I was talking to him about that, and that's exactly what I said to him in the moment. I was like, well, that's your way to enter the United States officially. But he did get injured from that, so it sucks to hear. He didn't race Ironman. Jay Wilson's a great guy. I wish he could race Ironman, but sucks. Anyway, that's all I have for the comment section. Now, I'm going to have an additional section of the video after this in the future, but I don't have anything right now. I want to do kind of a call-in thing in the future, have you guys speak your mind, ask questions, and I'll implement them into the video at this point. But since I don't have anything, and I don't have a phone call, whatever you want to call it, collector or whatever that is, I don't have that. The best way to do this is send me a voice message on Instagram at the Motocross Network. Just DM me, send me a voice message, short one, and I'll include that in the video, and I'll answer your question. That's all I got. If you want to do that, hit me up on Instagram, the Motocross Network, and in next video on Monday, I will implement that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching our inaugural Moto Daily Show on the Motocross Network. If you like this video format, me giving opinions and just diving into it for a half hour, let me know if you like it. And if you have any recommendations or changes that you want me to implement, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I will read them and implement them if I agree. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Just overall, let me know how you like this, guys, if it's something I should keep doing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching the Moto Daily Show.